Hey familia, Miranda here, and boy, do I have a haul for you. So, if you're following me on Instagram, you already know this, but for those of you that don't, I did a thing. I joined the WhatNot train. I know I said I wasn't going to. Honestly, it's because my old phone did not support the app, so I could not actually download it. But now that I have my new phone, it was very, very tempting. And so I caved, you guys. I did. I finally caved and I downloaded WhatNot. And let me tell you, as you can see from the thumbnail, it's pretty dang addicting. Um, so, yeah. No, but I am really digging the app. Seriously, you guys. It really is a great way to just get cheap physical media because there are a lot of sellers out there on the app. They have loads and loads of DVDs and Blu-rays and all of that that they're just trying to get rid of. So they're selling it for super cheap. Now, I mostly have been doing these stacking shows. I haven't really been much into the auction because from what I've seen from like the auction shows, like I have popped in on a few. And even though sometimes they'll say, you know, $1, $2, $3 start, prices shoot up like real quick because people are bidding and stuff. And so I try to like stay away from that. So I've been doing the stacking. So basically the seller, they pull out a stack and you just, you know, type out what title you want and they will show it to you and everything. And then they will set it aside for you and just kind of start creating the stack for you. So it's kind of the easiest route to go in my opinion. I will say though, you definitely have to have time and patience for this app because some of these shows that people are on, like, they go for hours, you guys, seriously. So I think the most I actually spent on a show was probably like 2.5 hours. But luckily that was a Saturday when I had nothing to do. So but yeah, anywho, it's a really great app, you guys, but it does get super addicting. I will also say though, too, you need to do your studying, like study up on your prices. Cause I have, so like sometimes some sellers, they have things listed in their like buy now section or whatever. Just like the other day, I saw somebody had like, Adventures in Babysitting, which I literally just got off of Amazon for like less than $8 and they're asking like 15 for it. Or like there was somebody that I was interested in this film, All Cheerleaders Die, I think is what it's called. And the asking price on Amazon is 15 and that's what the seller was asking for. And it was obviously already like opened and everything and stuff. So, I mean, just, you know, kind of be knowledgeable, study up on your prices and all that good stuff. But you guys, I'm excited. I'm super excited to share with you guys everything that I got. I got a Grail or two, you guys, for like $3. Insane, I know. But I'm excited, super excited, you guys. So yeah, if you're not on WhatNot, definitely check it out. I do have a referral link in the description box below if you guys want to join up. It does give you some credit, gives me some credit. So, you know, if you do, that would be appreciated. But yeah, definitely check it out. I mean, it's fun. There's a lot of fun sellers out there. I've mostly been buying from a couple, like 2 main sellers that I really enjoy. So yeah, there's just a ton of them out there. A lot of them just have like fun shows and everything, and it's just easy to, you know, get good movies. And the shipping, you guys, so shipping kind of varies. I guess the more you buy, the better the shipping price is, and it also does kind of like stack. So say you buy like one in an auction, well the next one you buy, it like just kind of adds on like a few cents or whatever, you know, for each like item and whatnot. So that's kind of how the shipping works from what I've seen anyways. So but without further ado, I'll stop, you know, rambling and let's get into this. I'm just gonna go like package by package because there's I think like 10 here, you guys. I know, crazy for the month of June, but let's get into it. All right, so package number 1 here, you guys. There is Blu-rays, and I forgot I did get one 4K. So everything that I got was mostly between, actually no, between 50 cents and like $3. And there's like maybe 3 or 4 items that I paid a little bit more for, but not very much, you guys. If I can get these out, because they package this really well. All right, anywho, so first up, I did have a couple of upgrades in this batch here. So I did go ahead and snag Changing Lanes. This one is an upgrade. I do have this one on DVD, so now I can get rid of that and you know, have the Blu-ray now. I know this is actually getting a, I think it's a 4K Steelbook, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead, settle for the Blu-ray. It is an upgrade too. That is Way of the Gun. Though the Steelbook that's coming out looking real nice. So this is the 4K I got. I never did actually come across this one. I think it was at like Big Lots at one point, but never did find it, and that is Hostiles. I've heard really good things on this film, so I wanted to go ahead and snag this one. I think this one I paid like maybe $6 for. So not a bad deal at all. I recently found out about this film, and I was like, I was sold because obviously Samuel L. Jackson. So I was like, you know what, I need it for the collection. It looks like some cheesy fun, so I don't know. This is big action, big adventure, and this is Big Game. You guys have seen this? Like, let me know. But yeah, I don't know. It just looked kind of fun. Got some kid in here too, so it's like Samuel L. Jackson and this kid together. Some sort of, I don't know, game of some sort. I don't know, but it looked fun, you guys. So I got that one. And then there's one that I've heard great things on. You have Harvey Keitel in Bad Lieutenant. All right, next package here. Got a couple titles. So I got a Blu-ray here and a, let me take this stuff off. So there's actually one seller here that with every purchase, they write you like a little note, which is really nice. But yeah, so I got a couple titles here, a Blu-ray and then a like TV series. So I was super stoked to find this. So there's some sellers, you guys, that they know what they have, and there's some sellers that they don't know what they have. So I mean, you know, be aware of that. But the sellers that don't really know what they have, you know, they just ask like simple pricing, whatever. They don't like up it or anything like that. I will say though, this title, so for the Studio Ghibli collection, I did not have this one. I've heard really good things on it. That is Princess Mononoke. I did pay up a little bit for this, but only because there was another person that literally asked for it at the same time that I did. And so the seller ended up doing like a little auction. Of course I won, but it wasn't even that much more that I paid. But yes, Princess Mononoke, looking forward to checking this one out. Always looking to add to the Studio Ghibli collection. Now the next item here is it's like a mini TV series. This runs like, oh, what is it? 20 hours and 52 minutes, you guys. That's insane. But I actually found out about this. I want to say it was from Neil over on his channel. I will leave a link in the description box below to Neil's channel, you guys, so you can go check it out. But he always has some interesting pickups, a lot of titles that honestly you'd probably never even heard of or whatever. But this just looked interesting. Obviously, it takes place kind of like, you know, in the Wild West and stuff, so it's like a Western miniseries. I'm not exactly sure how many like episodes this is exactly, but it's called Centennial, and that's how I found out about it, was through him. But yeah, I'm trying to see if it says exactly how many like episodes it is. It just says with over 26 hours. I'm not sure. Andy Griffith is in here. Timothy Dalton. So there's some names in here that I recognize. And it is based on the best-selling novel. But yeah. It says the saga is a captivating look at the intertwining lives of the brave men and women in a fictional American town that endured the growing pains of a nation on the rise. So, I mean, I don't know exactly when I'm going to watch this, you guys, but I was very intrigued when I saw O'Neill haul it. So I was like, you know what? I want to go ahead and check this out. It's not like overly expensive to buy new, but I only paid $2 for this, you guys. So pretty awesome. Alrighty, next package here. So we got some DVDs and one Blu-ray. And this film right here, it's funny because I see this all the time out thrifting on DVD, and I know this is just getting the 4K treatment, but I've never seen it, but I've always been curious about it. I mean, I don't know, the title just seems interesting. But we got Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Angelina Jolie in Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. So happy to finally have this in the collection. Like I said, I've been curious about it for several years now, because I just always see it out thrifting on DVD, and I've just always passed on it, and I figured I would go ahead and pick that up. So we have some DVDs here. We have this film that I don't know, I just looked into it and it seemed pretty interesting. It's called The History Boys. And I do believe it's actually based on a true story, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Let's see what it says though. It's some sort of like a comedy about these like 8 schoolboys that they're hoping to gain admittance to England's most prestigious universities. They're aided on their quest by 2 teachers, a shrewd young upstart and an inspiring old eccentric, whose opposing philosophies challenge the boys to confront the true meaning of education and the relative values of happiness and success. So I don't know, it just seemed interesting. The reviews seemed to be pretty good on this one, so I went ahead and picked that up. Like I said, I've kind of been getting more DVDs as of late, especially just titles that I did not have in the collection. That, I mean, they may have a Blu-ray, but just so I can have them in the collection. So this is one of them. Ali did not have this one for the boxing collection. You guys know me, so I just went ahead and finally picked it up, added it in. We have this film here with Ed Harris and Marcia Gay Harden. This is about the artist Pollock. So I went ahead and snagged that. I kind of remember hearing about him like back in like art class and like, you know, high school and stuff, but I really don't remember much. But you also have Amy Madigan, Val Kilmer, and Jennifer Connelly. So stat cast in this. This does have a Blu-ray release, but I was just curious about it, so I went ahead and snagged that. And then this one right here. So I actually did not know that this is a play. After I kind of looked more into it, I realized it was a play. They're not exactly my cup of tea, you guys, but I figured this will probably be like a one and done type watch. But I honestly got it because it does have Brian White in it, and I have seen him in like many other things, like, you know, like Tyler Perry related and stuff. But we have What My Husband Doesn't Know. So yeah, it is though. It's a play. I think there's like 2 versions of it. It's not like an actual movie, so we'll see if I like this or not. Alrighty, next one, you guys. Got some Blu-rays in here. Get these out. All right, so I'm just always kind of interested in like kung fu type stuff. So, I mean, this one seemed pretty solid. We got Kung Fu Killer. I don't know, so we'll see if it's any good. I have the first film, but I needed this one. We got Pacific Rim Uprising. I haven't seen this one. I've only seen the first one, so and I kind of kept forgetting. I kind of kept getting confused about these films, and so I kept forgetting that there was a second one. This one I actually recently found out about. I was like, how did I not know about this one? We have Shia LaBeouf in here, and it's called Charlie Countryman. So yeah, I really don't know much on this, but when I saw that, you know, he was in it, I was like, yep, I gotta get it. And actually, I think this is fairly cheap on Amazon right now or something. I think it's on sale if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, Charlie Countryman. And then for the Cuba Gooding Jr. collection, we have The Hit List. I'm a little bummed though because it has this freaking sticker on it and it is on the artwork. So I'm gonna have to see if I can try and take it off without like messing up the artwork there. But The Hit List, it doesn't exactly have the greatest of reviews, but I still want to go ahead and check it out. Says collateral with a psychological twist. Interesting. But I don't know. I mean, some action, Cuba Gooding Jr. Why not? Alrighty, next one here. We got some DVDs, you guys. I did go ahead and snag this film here called Noelle. Has Penelope Cruz, Paul Walker, and Susan Sarandon in it. I did actually kind of have this at one point in the collection. I had it on this one like Christmas set, but the other films that were on there were just kind of like ones that I really was not interested in. So I ended up getting rid of that set, and I was like, okay, I'll just go ahead and add it back in at some point. This does have a Blu-ray release, but I mean, it's a Christmas film that I've never seen, so I'm not really concerned about having it on Blu-ray or anything like that. But we have Noelle. This one, okay, so this was cool. I mean, for me anyways, it's cool because I am a big fan of the late Mexican actor Cantinflas. He's like seriously like one of the greatest in Mexican cinema, and he has had like a lot of films. But when I saw this, I thought this was interesting because this is Lo Mejor de Cantinflas, Los Cortos, the shorts. So I didn't even know that he made like shorts, like short films. So there's 4 on here. So I am very interested to check these out. Oh my goodness, which one is it? Okay, hold on. So it's Las Tinieblas, Jengibre contra Dinamita, Cantinflas Boxeador, and Cantinflas y su prima. But there's also something on here called Cantinflas Torero, which is a documented show of some sort where he was with Tintan. So I don't know, but this is interesting enough for you guys. For me, for hubby, I'm sure. So I am definitely looking forward. It's from like 1939, I guess. So definitely excited to check out his shorts. All right, and then I did come across here Tortilla Soup. This is one that I've seen a couple times out thrifting, but it's always been trashed, you guys. And this one is pretty minty. You do have a pretty good cast in here. You have Hector Elizondo's in here, Paul Rodriguez. You also have Elizabeth Peña. So solid cast. And yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this one. And I want to say, isn't this like based on a book too or something? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so Tortilla Soup. got that one. And then the last one from this package is based on a true story. And I actually took a chance on this, you guys. I took a chance, but the ratings on this are really, really good. It is a war-based film, and it is like fighter pilot, and it's called The First Light. But as you can see, though, it is a region 2, which is interesting because I do not have a region free player. And so I was curious when I got this, you know, I just checked to make sure it was good and everything. And I popped it in my 4K player, and it actually plays, you guys. So pretty excited. I didn't think I was going to be able to watch it because it's a region 2, and I, like I said, my 4K player, I even double checked. It's a region A, region 1, whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, this played perfectly fine. So First Light, I'm excited to check this one out. Alrighty, next one here is this funky, oddly shaped package, but okay. Let's see. So a lot of these sellers, they package pretty well everything, you guys. So we got some Blu-rays here. All right, so we have, I wanted this one because obviously it has Robert Pattinson, well, Guy Pearce too, but mostly for Robert Pattinson. It's called The Rover. Never seen it, but it looked pretty interesting. I think it has to do, like, it says 10 years after catastrophic Western economic collapse. So I think Robert Pattinson's like some sort of drifter or whatever, and him and Guy Pearce, they like team up or whatever to, I don't know, just like make it through, I guess. So and then this one I never heard of, but the person on there just kept kind of like, I don't know, the way he said the name of this film, I don't know why, it was like just super intriguing to me. This one, it takes place in World War II, and it is like about a submarine crew. And it's called Das Boot. So I don't know, interesting kind of title. And I don't know, the emphasis he put on it when he would say the title, like the seller, it just, I don't know, it piqued my interest. And so I was looking more into it, and yeah, I don't really have too many submarine films in the collection, so this should be interesting. And then I snagged this one here called Carnage. You can see you got a pretty good cast: Jodie Foster, Kate Winslet, Christopher Waltz, and John C. Reilly. Honestly, I don't even remember what this is about, but it was on my wish list. I was actually able to cross off several films from my Amazon wish list, so that's always exciting, you guys. But we got Carnage. Alrighty, next one. Alright, we're getting into the box stuff, you guys. So, let's see. So these two titles right here are the more expensive titles I paid for, but I really didn't pay very much for them, you guys. But one of them I think is actually out of print, and that here is Snow Falling on Cedars, and even the slip itself, I guess, is out of print. At least that's what the seller told me. But I was looking into it, and yeah, I think this one was going for around like 30 to like 40 bucks on eBay. And stuff, and I don't even think it's available like on Amazon right now at all. So Snow Falling on Cedars, but you got Ethan Hawke is in here, Richard Jenkins, Sam Shepard, so yeah, some recognizable names there, mostly you know, Ethan Hawke and stuff. But yeah, so, and the alternate artwork there looks like that. But I was happy to snag this one for sure. And I'm obviously, it's a shout select, so you guys know those titles tend to go a little bit more pricier and stuff, like online and everything. So got that one. And then this one here, this one is actually factory sealed, and that is Vampires. I've actually never seen this one, but I have heard a lot of good things on this one, so I'm excited to check it out, see what all the hype is about. But yes, factory sealed. So, but seller gave me a really good deal on the two of these, so I was happy to get those. And that one actually comes from the seller. Oh my gosh, okay, what is it? It's called, the seller's name is Bossa Video, and he sends you like a little keychain. It's like some weird little like sausage of some sort, I don't know. But yeah, really good seller, you guys. They even like packaged it live, you know, when I ordered it, so that was cool. And a lot of the sellers, you guys, they do actually, you know, when you shout out a title or whatever, they will open it up. They'll like show you the discs and the condition and everything, so that's really good. There's some sellers that don't exactly do that, so I kind of try to stay away from those ones. But the ones that actually like pop them open and, you know, show you disc by disc, that's a good seller. Alrighty, next one here. So we got a couple more after this one, but let me get all of this stuff out. All right, another note. Like I said, I've been buying from like a couple main sellers. So this one here, we got a couple of Blu-rays and then a few DVDs here. I did go ahead and snag Deadline here with Brittany Murphy in it. So I don't really know much about this one, but for Brittany Murphy, obviously it looks to be like some sort of like maybe a haunted house of some sort. I don't know, but definitely wanted to check that one out. All right, this next one. So I don't know exactly how out of print this film is, because on Amazon, if you're trying to get it new, you're looking at paying like, I think this price was like $56 last time I checked. And on eBay, there were a couple of like kind of cheaper, like on the lower side, available, but I saw this one going anywhere from like 40 to like, I think it was like 75 bucks was like the most. And even like with the slip though, a lot of the listings didn't have the slip, so I don't know again how out of print this is, but I paid $3, you guys, $3 for this, and that is We Are What We Are. And obviously you can kind of tell what it has to do with, but yeah, you basically have this family with this secret, which obviously, I mean, they like to eat humans and stuff, so you know, it's a family of cannibals. But it looked really, really good, you guys. I haven't really heard much talk on this or how I even found out about this one. I don't recall, but yeah, I was happy to come across this, and for like $3, like I said, I'm not like 100% sure like how out of print it is and stuff, how easy it is to come by. Like I've never seen this like anywhere else online or, you know, thrifting or anything like that. So, but to get this for $3 I thought that was awesome. Got a couple of DVDs for the Christmas collection. Nothing fancy, mostly stuff kind of for the kiddos. I watched the cartoon Franklin growing up, so I got Franklin and Friends, Franklin's Christmas Spirit. Still factory sealed. You do get 4 episodes on here: Franklin's Christmas Party, Franklin and the Snow Princess, Franklin Helps Out, and Franklin the Little Bubble. Okay, so I got that. And then I did also get Trolls Holiday. We love trolls in this house. On this one too, factory sealed. Let's see, does it say how long it is? Does not tell me. Actually, let's check on the actual movie itself. Okay, so it's only 20 minutes, you guys, so not bad, but I thought it would be cute. I mean, like I said, we dig trolls a lot here, so Trolls Holiday. And then DVD that I settled for since the Blu-ray is out of print. I did go ahead and snag Derailed. You got an amazing cast in this one. I remember seeing this one back in the day, but it's been a hot minute since I've seen it, so it's definitely long overdue for a rewatch. But you know, it's not, the Blu-ray is not one that I ever see out in the wild or anything like that, and it goes for, you know, some money on eBay and stuff, so I just went ahead and settled for the DVD. Alrighty, next one here. Get all of this out. All right, so we got a couple of Blu-rays here and then some more DVDs. So I did go ahead and snag this film here called Parkland. This is one that just kind of captured my interest a while back, and I've, you know, been wanting to check it out. Kind of stumbled upon it through like Facebook a couple times, and just things never worked out or whatever. We got Zac Efron, Marcia Gay Harden, Billy Bob Thornton, Jackie Weaver, and Paul Giamatti. So stacked freaking cast there. It says on November 22nd, 1963, JFK was assassinated. This is a story of what happened next. So sounded interesting. This one, honestly, the artwork is what kind of sold me on this one. I haven't really heard too much on this film, but it's called The Toll. Got a nice freaking slip here, but I don't know. It looked interesting enough, I guess. So we'll see if it's any good. Then I did go ahead and snag Heartbreak Ridge. Actually, I think this one recently came recommended. I know this just did get like a re-release on Blu-ray, so I may just upgrade down the road, but I only paid, I think I paid like $1 for this one. So we have that. Clint Eastwood. I've never seen this one, but it looks, I've heard, like I said, a lot of good things on it. It is a war-based film, so I enjoy those. And then I have been super curious about this film for quite some time. No, it does have a Blu-ray release, but I just wanted to go ahead and check it out. You got Patrick Wilson, Ellen Page, Sandra Oh, and Hard Candy. And I think this one's actually kind of a little disturbing. I guess Patrick Wilson, he kind of plays this guy who like lures young girls, so they obviously he can do things to them. But he kind of met his match here with Ellen Page's character, and I guess or they kind of put him through like just a bunch of stuff and whatnot. So it seemed pretty interesting, and I kind of remember seeing the trailer for it, and yeah, it looked pretty good. I should have freaking bought this film back when I saw it for like $10. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to pay $10. Yeah, well, it's not even available on freaking Amazon anymore. So I don't know if maybe the Blu-ray has gone out of print or what the heck happened. But I just wanted to have this in the collection, and that is High Tension. This film, you guys, is pretty dang wild, and the twist in here I did not see coming. I was very, very surprised when that twist hit. I was like jaw dropping. I was like, what the heck? So yeah, really, really good film. If you've never seen this, I do highly recommend it. Yeah, it's pretty wild, I will say. So High Tension, and actually I think this is one that they actually threw in for free, because I think they said it was like a MOD or something like that, and so they're like, yeah, just for free. So I ended up getting this one for free, you guys. Alrighty, last package, you guys. I think this is the one. This is the good one. Alright, let me see if I can get all of this. Alright, take this off here. All right, we got some Blu-rays and we got some DVDs. All right, so first up, I did go ahead and get the Matador's Mistress. I did actually have this on DVD that I snagged from like Dollar Tree a while back, and I just went ahead and did the blind upgrade because I mean it was so freaking like inexpensive. I was like, I'll go ahead and get it. Now this is probably the item I was most excited about, you guys. Another like $3 Grail right here. This one though I know is like definitely like way out of print, and it is highly sought after. I popped into the show and the first stack they pull out, I see this, I was on that. I was all over that right away. But for $3, I snagged the Blu-ray of Near Dark. So yeah, I was like, I had to like look twice, like, what is that? Am I seeing correctly? So yeah, I was happy that nobody else called it out or whatever. Cause sometimes like you gotta be quick when people like, you know, drop the stacks. You gotta, you know, put right away like what you want and stuff. So, but Near Dark, I was so freaking stoked to snag this, you guys. I've never seen it, but it gets all the hype. So I'm very curious to see what it's all about. Next one here is this film called Rust and Bone. This one really caught my interest, you guys. This one definitely looks like it's one that's going to be like, you know, pulling at your heartstrings and everything. But yeah, so you have this girl. She's this orca trainer whose life is transformed when tragedy strikes during a show. Faced with unbearable circumstances, she turns to the guy who's a street boxer, and he's kind of like going through some life-changing events or whatever, and it says their stories intersect and they navigate a gritty relationship in a world where love and courage appear in many forms. So definitely seemed like right up my alley. The reviews seem pretty good on this one too, so I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Next up is this one here called Smashed. This was another one too that just kind of caught my interest. Let's see, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Aaron Paul, Octavia Spencer. So pretty decent cast there. This one, I forget what it was about. We have this couple who bond over drinking. So I don't know. But yeah, something about that. I know it does have to do with like drinking, and then afterwards kind of like taking the steps to like improve your life. So I guess it kind of has to do with like maybe like addiction to drinking, but then kind of going through the process to, you know, come clean and stuff like that. So this one is another one too that possibly, you know, might pull at the heartstrings a bit. I don't know. Could be a bit of a tough one. But we got Smashed. This one I thought was a really good find just because I don't see the DVD or anything out and about, you know, thrifting at all. Like I've never come across it. And I'm not sure if this has a like in-states Blu-ray release or if there's just like an import available. You guys will have to let me know, but nonetheless I thought the DVD was a really good thing to come across, and that is Apt Pupil. I've never seen this one, but I've heard some good things on it. That dude back there looks a little kind of creepy, whatever, but yeah, Ian McKellen and Brad Renfro, an apt pupil. So looking forward to checking it out, see what all the hype is about. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty cool find. This one, I finally decided to go ahead and snag. I've seen this like a bunch of times just out thrifting, and I just kind of passed on it because I know there's a Blu-ray, but the Blu-ray's out of print, you guys. So I just decided to go ahead for the Keanu Reeves collection. Got A Walk in the Clouds. This one, again, I know it's out of print, the Blu-ray of it, but I figured, and I think it's like a Twilight Time Blu-ray, if I'm not mistaken. But we got Greg Kinnear and William Dafoe in autofocus. So went ahead and just snagged the DVD here. This film I've never seen, but I figured I would go ahead and pick it up anyways, because actually recently, I think it was my buddy Kenny, who he mentioned this in his video. I think he actually hauled it too. But it's a snapper case DVD of The Great Waldo Pepper. But yeah, he said this was really good, and so I figured I would go ahead and check it out. Oh, it's the exciting nostalgic tale of barnstorming pilots in 1920s. So I don't know, but yeah, seemed pretty good. Went ahead and got that. We got some Burt Reynolds in Sharky's Machine. This one I think also has a Blu-ray release, but hey, just settle for this nice DVD snapper case. So we got that. And then a couple of titles. Like I said, some of most of the sellers that I've gone through, they will, they get in a bunch of things. So they don't always are able to check right away, the quality of stuff. So, I mean, I've been interested in some titles and the title is the disc is missing from the case. So that's why they open everything up on show it to you and stuff, what's included in there and, the condition of the disc and stuff. So, I mean, really good sellers. So a couple of these I was interested in. They went ahead and threw them in for free just because they said, they had more scratches or whatever than, they would like. And so they're not going to charge somebody for just like that. They're like, hey, if it plays, awesome. So I did go ahead and get Vacancy for free. This is one that lately has been in the back of my mind for the longest time ever, and I don't think I've actually ever seen this in full, kind of only in bits and pieces. And I don't know, do you guys know if this has a solo Blu-ray release? Because I know that this has a double feature Blu-ray with Identity, and that is actually out of print, but I don't know if Vacancy actually has a solo Blu-ray release. So I'd be curious to know, but I'm happy to have this in the collection nonetheless. I'm sure, from what I kind of saw, I'm sure that it will play. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, it has some scratches and stuff, but it's definitely something that is playable. It's all surface stuff, so I'm not really concerned there about this one out. So we got Vacancy. And then the last title I have is another free title. This one has a Blu-ray release, but honestly, I wasn't super big on this film, but I've been wanting to rewatch it. We got Victoria Justice in Fun Size. So yeah, I mean, the Blu-ray is not that expensive, to be honest, but hey, I got this one for free. Again, I'm sure it will play though. It's not that bad or anything. So it should be fine. I was just kind of curious. I mean, I remember being kind of a fun movie. I was never big on Victorious or anything like that. But I mean, I've seen this a time or two and just was kind of curious to rewatch it. So we got Fun Size. All right, familia. So that is everything. That is my WhatNot haul. I know it was quite a bit, but how did I do? I'm actually really excited to dive into some of these titles, and I'm just happy to add in some titles that I've been wanting for the collection for a while, even if it is on DVD, you guys. But there's a lot of great deals out there in these shows, so definitely, if you've been a little hesitant about WhatNot, definitely give it a go, you guys. Just try it out. Like I said, it does become super addicting, and you do have to have the time investment for it because the shows run long. But they're fun. You got a lot of movie lovers in the shows and everything, and people just always kind of trying to talk about movies and whatnot, and just the sellers, they try to keep it fun and everything, whether it's a stacking show, an auction show, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I definitely recommend WhatNot for some cheap physical media. So that is it for today's video, you guys. Again, there is a referral link in the description box below if you guys want to give WhatNot a go. Thank you so much for watching. Join the family if you have not, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.